Hello and a very warm welcome, driver ratings for the Chinese Grand Prix. All 22 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. A dominant display by Kimi Antonelli, an exceptional weekend by the Italian. Let's jump into it. First up, the Woking Wankers. Absolute embarrassing. Constructors champions, my arse. What an absolute shit show by the Woking Wankers. The Papaya Pussies. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, 5. They don't even get to race. For the second week in a row, Oscar Piastri flies to a country and he can't participate in the race. And Lando Norris couldn't do the race either. That is a disgrace. No matter how much you dress it up, the fact that they've flown to China to not race is a disgrace. And the team owe both drivers an apology. Yeah, unbelievable. Absolute embarrassment by McLaren. George Russell, 8. Pole in the sprint. Qualifying he had an issue. Managed to get P2, which was a good lap, given he had an issue in Q3. But in the race, I thought it was really poorly managed race by Russell. Stuck behind the Ferraris for ages, didn't pass. Very, very average race for George Russell. Not good enough, really. Kimi Antonelli, 10. Youngest pole sitter ever. Dominant win. Fastest lap. And I've got to say, he surprised me in the second race to do this performance. For me, it's too early to say he's in the title fight, but exceptional. Credit where it's due. Superb weekend. Can't do much more than that. And Kimi Antonelli, driver of the weekend. Really brilliant weekend. Max, 5. His average start to the season continues. Again, not happy. And the second week in a row, he's not happy. He looks out of sorts, Max. Doesn't have the car. Qualified P8. Was running P6 after a horrific start. And then retires due to an ERS issue. And once again, highly critical of these new rules. He looks out of sorts for me. And he needs to find something in Japan. Isaac Hadjar, 6. Qualified 9th, close to Max, extremely close to Max, which is a positive. But on the first lap, Isaac Hadjar has a big spin, looking not to get collected, finishes 8th. Decent first 2 weekends by Hadjar, and a positive for Hadjar is he's close to Max. Charles Leclerc, 8. Qualified 4th, finished 4th. He had a mega battle with Lewis. It was good wheel-to-wheel action. He enjoyed the battle. He finished 4th. He doesn't get on well with this track, Charles Leclerc, but overall happy with 4th. Yeah, it was fair play to Ferrari for letting them race because it was a good battle. But then when you look back at it, it's just destroying the battery, really. Boost to pass. Diverse, Lewis Hamilton, 9. Looked his old self. Finally, we asked for a reaction by Diverse, and he delivers. But is it track dependent? This is my question, because he does love China. I believe that's his 10th podium at this circuit. Had a spin in practice 1, and contact with Lando. In the sprint, he got 4th. But yeah, brilliant by Lewis. Mega battle with his teammate. The only negative I have for Lewis is all teams winning. Kimi Antonelli's just took his seat and Kimi Antonelli wins the race. But I've got to say it looked old Lewis back to his best. But hopefully he delivers in Japan and it's not just because it's China and he goes well here. Here at Williams HQ, Carlos Sainz, 8. Qualified 17th, absolutely pissing and wasting his talent, but finished P9. I mean, he won't get the credit for that because it's 2 points, but that's under the radar. Williams are absolutely wank. Carlos Sainz had a mega start, and to get 2 points, outstanding. Alex Albon, 5. Qualified 18th, very angry on the radio, very critical of the team. Was but like the McLarens, he didn't get to do the race. That's unacceptable by Williams, and they owe him an apology. Hydraulic issue. But yeah, very outspoken by Alex Albon. Usually wet behind the ears and no personality. Liam, the lesbian Lawson, P7 in the sprint, was hampered by yellow flags in qualifying, only could manage 14th. Finished 7th in the Mime Rise, a real positive. Top Red Bull car, yet they want to drop me. Safety car, worst time ever. Lindblad, all the prize in Australia. Well, Liam, the lesbian Lawson's back. Arvid Lindblad, 4. Hero to 0. Exceptional in Australia. A lot of mistakes in China. Stopped in practice 1. Qualified 15th. He was on a better lap, but Bortoletto went off. And then in the race, he's had a spin at the end of the straight. Yeah, really hero to 0 for Lindblad. Fernando Alonso, 6. Qualified 19th. The best he can do. That's the maximum. He's going well in the race. Again, he had a mega start. Fernando Alonso, the best starter in Formula 1, without a shadow of a doubt. But he had to retire the car due to the vibrations, hand issues, and couldn't carry on. Yeah, is that a safety issue for Aston Martin? Because Fernando Alonso lost the feeling in the hands and feet. He is a warrior. He would not come into the pits. And he's already said world champions of batteries, slamming the rules. Lance Stroll, 21st, beaten by Valtteri Bottas, stops in turn 1. The car switched off. Yeah, Aston Martin are shite. Haas F1, Esteban Ocon 2. Yet again, Esteban Ocon. You need to stand up, be counted, look in the mirror. You're under pressure. Komatsu's had your ass already. And back-to-back weekends, so poor. Qualified 13th, again not good enough. He has to start beating Ollie Behrman. He can't do it. And he's going to lose his seat at Haas F1 if he continues. It's not good enough by Ocon. He's stuck behind Colapinto for long periods in the race. He was actually having a good race. And then a kamikaze PlayStation move on Colapinto. Fair play to Ocon as he owned up and admitted it was his mistake. But not good enough by Esteban Ocon. He cannot be getting arseholed by Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman 10. Qualified 10th. Brilliant again in Q3. He finishes 5th. This guy is Ferrari bound. He is a megastar. Yeah, Ollie Behrman, exceptional. Every time he gets in the car, he doesn't talk in the media. He just goes about his business and puts in exceptional performance after exceptional performance. Fair play, Ollie Behrman. Yeah, he's doing his talking on the track, and he has to get that Ferrari seat. He can't do any more. Hulkenberg 7. Yeah, P11 all weekend. Qualified P11. He missed out by 0.002. That is 3 times he's missed out by a little margin. Australia, the sprint qualifying, and the main qualifying. Finishes 11th. For me, that's not good enough by the Hulk. He should be in the points with the amount of DNFs that occurred. Gabriel Bortoletto 5, another one who didn't get to do the start. He had a crash in qualifying, and then, yeah, didn't get to do the start. Hulkenberg didn't get to do it in Australia. Bortoletto doesn't get to do it in China. It's unacceptable. Froglegs 10. Now this guy, I'm sick to death of him not getting his credit. Froglegs would be driver of the weekend if it was not for Kimi Antonelli having an exceptional weekend. This guy, unbelievable this weekend. Absolutely outstanding. It's fucking brilliant what Froglegs does. But he won't get the credit because he doesn't have a sexy name, like Joseph or something. It's wrong. P7, sprint, mega job. P7 main qualifying, and finished 6th in the race. Froglegs was absolutely outstanding. But again, he doesn't get the credit. Yeah, I was oohing and ahhing to give Froglegs driver of the weekend, but you got to give it Kimi Antonelli. I understand that. But come on, let's have some respect on Froglegs' name. He should be P5, really. The safety car actually fucked him. He should have really finished ahead of Behrman, but exceptional. Collie Dog 7. Issue in practice 1, stopped in the pit lane, miles off Gasly. He only just missed out on Q3 to be fair, 0.005. But in the race he was outstanding. He was running second at times, he held off Ocon, then he got hit by Ocon and finished 10th. He was on for about P8 I reckon, Collie Dog. Maybe possibly 7th. He had first points as well for Alpine. We needed him to stand up. And yeah, first points on the board for Alpine. Hopefully that'll give him some confidence. Porntash, Valtteri Bottas 8. This guy, again, outstanding. Won't get the credit because he drives Cadillac and he's at the back of the grid. But his performance this weekend was up there. If you take his car into consideration. He qualifies 20th, beats his teammate, beats Stroll. That's a massive positive. He finished 13th, ahead of Ocon and his teammate. He got hit by Perez on lap 1 and finished the race. Exceptional race and weekend by Porntash. Checo Perez 3. Horror weekend, too many issues. Qualified last. Yeah, he had a lot of deployment issues, but he did the Cardinal sin, hitting his teammate on lap 1. He owned up to it, but that is unforgivable. And he made the Super Mario joke about the mushrooms. Yeah, not good enough by Perez. So there we have it, driver ratings for the Chinese Grand Prix. We got a couple of weeks off, and then we go to Suzuka, Japan. Comment down below your thoughts. Driver ratings does divide opinion, unfiltered as usual, and get some respect on Frogleg's name. Adios.